Hey guys, I just pulled up to my treasure house. This is our new location at 120 South Buchanan Street in Edwardsville, Illinois. And I have never taken you guys through the whole store yet, so I thought I would do that today. So let's go in. Welcome to my treasure house. This is our new location. We are 2 doors down from where we used to be located, but we have so much more square footage now to play with, and it's been such a good change for all of us. Stylistically, as far as the store goes, and any changes that the owners made, they did add this epoxy floor on the bottom here, and then all the white slat walls are new, and the gray curtains and the gray wall. So there's a lot of improvements made. The ceiling is black, which I love. I think that just is a really nice neutral backdrop for everybody's booth. So overall, it's been a really positive change and improvement for all of us. Most of the front of the store that you see here is the owner's space. So she has more gifts and the Myra bags and some candles and Naked Bee products. So a lot more things up here that would be wonderful for Christmas gifts. And that's been kind of standard for the store so far. So there's more space for her to have some of that kind of like wholesale stuff, which makes really wonderful gifts. And then as you see, as we move through the rest of the store, there's going to be a big mixture of vintage items, antique items, furniture, handmade items, crafts, and signs. And really, it's just kind of a mixed bag of everything, which is one reason why I love this store, is because we have a lot of freedom to create kind of whatever we want within certain guidelines and see how they sell for us. So it's just been a lot of fun for me to play around with different things and try to see what sells the best. I love this farmhouse table for $169. I feel like overall, from what I sell, my heart still really lies with refinishing furniture. That was kind of what inspired me to start the Green Onion Vintage business. I also, when I began my company, or I say company loosely, it feels more like a hobby of Green Onion Vintage, a small business at this point. I actually had just gotten a Cricut machine, and I really wanted to sell signs because I was having a really fun time making those and using old barnwood. I was kind of just in that trend. I know there was a wave at one point of people getting Cricuts and making signs at home. But I felt like I was pretty good at it at the time, and it was something I really enjoyed, and it was something that I could do for my own creativity's sake as a mom of really small kids. And so that's kind of what kicked off Green Onion Vintage. We joined my treasure house about 5.5 years ago at this point. We were 2 locations ago now, so this is our second move with them. And so we've been just really happy to be here still. And I was showing you this desk here that was at the same estate sale that I bought that really beautiful pine chest. If you missed that in my last video, you need to go back and see that piece. And everybody in that video told me that I have to keep it. I definitely bought it thinking I was going to resell it, but when I brought it home and cleaned it up, it is absolutely the most beautiful piece of furniture I've ever seen. But I'm obsessed with this desk also, with that gold hardware. Now I know that that's actually already sold because I was just in the shop this morning and I had filmed this just a couple days ago. So that's sold really quickly. And that's kind of been the trend so far for us, with especially like the unique pieces of furniture. They have not been lasting in our store for more than a week, to be honest. We've just been selling things really quickly. But like I said, especially those like one of a kind, really special pieces, those ones that are truly antiques, that are really well made and solid wood. It's just harder and harder to find those pieces, and so they have not been lasting in our store very long. So I do encourage you, if you go shopping here and you see something that you are really interested in, you kind of need to snag it as fast as you can because they really have been moving quickly. Now, I do have some pieces of furniture that have been in my booth for a while, and there's actually one in there that I'm considering repainting, but I'll mention that to you later. This space here is still the owner, so this is more of her like refinished furniture. And she does such a great job like setting the table and doing all of her displays. And this whole table set is $5.99. And then I love this creamy white dresser with the old attached mirror. When I started refinishing furniture, this is exactly what I would have done too, is just like the white paint with the distressed look. And it's honestly still one of my favorite looks for furniture. I haven't used white in quite a long time, but It's my favorite. I love it so much. This one's $2.89, and that's with the old antique mirror still attached. So I feel like there's a really kind of low price point in the store in general, but that's kind of across our area. When I was looking at that pine chest that I just bought and kind of wondering what I could sell it for, at first I was thinking in the 400s. And then after looking at it more and kind of looking online, I was thinking more like the 600s. But then when you look on eBay at something that's so old as that, which would be very near like colonial times, very primitive, maybe mid 1800s to late 1800s, for the pine chest that I'm talking about, which again, if you haven't seen that video, you have no idea what I'm talking about, but go back and watch that video. You'll understand when you see it. There are people across the country that would probably pay closer to $1,500 for such an item. And that's not the prices that we get in our area. I absolutely love that black buffet I just showed you. And I feel like we always have at least a couple buffet options in this shop, especially with the holidays coming up. We do try to keep kind of the seasons in mind, and with people wanting to host dinners and stuff, we do keep in mind that like we want to have some more kitchen or dining room pieces in the shop here. This is another display of the owners, especially for Christmas time, with some of these cards and all of those Christmas ornaments. And I thought this black hutch was a really interesting piece also. So this is another one of those, like not quite as old, but really beautifully redone. And it looks like that one's already sold also. So I'm telling you, it's going quick right now, and we're just so happy to see a little uptick in our antique market. And as we move back towards the back of the store, you're going to start to see different vendors. We have, I want to say 6 or 7 different booths at this point. And some of the booths are a partnership, so there'll be 2 people doing that one, or sometimes just one. So I especially like this little end table with all the transfers on it, and I really liked that kind of dark, moody, grayish navy color for $99. And then this hutch here has just a ton of possibilities. It's a nice small size, and if you wanted to take it and paint it, or take it and keep it exactly how it is, I think it's a great project either way. And that 2-piece hutch is $179. I always like these 2-piece hutches because they are so much easier to load than something that's just big and one full piece. So that's kind of nice to keep in mind if you need a hutch, that one breaks into 2 parts so you can load it a lot easier. Absolutely love this little white vanity. This is another piece that's been painted by the owners, and it's $299. And I just think that's so sweet. I love all the little details. I like when you paint something white and then you distress it and you get all those details to pop back through. And in our area, honestly, distressed white still sells really well. I feel like every time I post something that's white, I get some pushback and saying that nobody wants that anymore. But I think it's just as popular as ever in our area. So we're just going to keep doing that as long as it still sells. I love this oversized chair here. It's like a 1.5 seater. I love the color of the wood, and it's $159. So that's like a really cool, unique piece. I believe this is all still the owner section here in the center of the store. And then this like nice blue, kind of medium blue hutch, which when I see this, I love the idea of someday having a blue hutch where I could put all of my stoneware in there and it all has that blue stripe in there. So I painted some of this blue in my house just to kind of pull out that blue from all of my pottery pieces. But someday I hope to have just a very large kitchen where I can fill it with old hutches and not use so much of the modern cabinetry that we've just gotten used to today. I would just love to have a kitchen full of old antique character. So that is definitely the dream. This is my first time seeing a lot of these booths decorated for Christmas, and I think it's so interesting to see kind of the different ways that people decorate. So there's definitely different palettes going on for Christmas time. I noticed online there was a lot of people using like these pastel colors, so like that kind of rose gold tree in the background, and mixing in some more like unusual colors for Christmas that are besides the red and green. So I saw a couple of those items in this booth, but of course she's using the red and green as well. So I just love the mixture and just seeing how everybody approaches Christmas decor. This one is so pretty and sparkly, and I love all like mixing of the soft colors with some of the bright jewel tones. It's just a different way to approach Christmas decor, but I'm loving it, and I really love this gingham wreath right here. All right, and this booth is Trash to Treasure, and they are some of the vendors that have been here even longer than my mom and I have, actually for many years more than us. They are quite the professionals at what they do. They're sourcing a lot of their different items from different wholesalers at this point, and they're really great at refinishing furniture. So there's just a real mixed bag here of things. I think these metal trees are amazing. This larger one is $2.99. Super cool, though. I've never seen anything like that, honestly. And this truck is giving me some DIY ideas because I love the finish of this. And I feel like everybody has like a metal truck because we've kind of been on that trend for a while, but that might be an idea to kind of repurpose them into something that looks a little bit different. So maybe I'll paint a truck soon. How about that? This is reminding me here, a few years ago, I did a DIY video making these triangular trees. They weren't even quite as cool as this because these are double layered. I like that idea a whole lot. So I'm really feeling inspired by those. And that's the reason I love coming to a store like my treasure house, is really just to get that inspiration for what you can do in your own house. A lot of times you have things on hand that you can kind of repurpose to make look different, but you just need that idea to kind of spark what you need to do and what you need to change up in your own home. I'm not a huge fan of just like going out and spending a ton of money on new things when you have stuff already in your house that can probably just need a little bit of an upgrade and they'll look completely different. Loving this trumpet for $65. I do have a goal of just having like a old instrument wall. All I have right now is a busted up but really beautiful wooden violin. But I'd love to source some more pieces over the years and build up an instrument wall over my piano. Love their Christmas display right now. Okay, and then this is towards the back of the store. I'm in the IOD section, which is all of the Iron Orchid Designs products that my treasure house carries in store. There's even actually more back in the storeroom than you can see out here. And Cindy is the owner here. She is very willing to ship to you guys. So she does have an online platform on her website. And if you want that info, I'll have it down in the description box, or you can talk to Cindy through the My Treasure House Facebook page. If you just send a message there, she'll be quick to see that too. So if you have any questions, you can go there and talk to her about her inventory. If you're seeing something online that you actually want, but it's out of stock, you can send her a message and see what she says. That's particularly for the Christmas, because I know a lot of that stuff got sold out. But I'll get to that Christmas in a minute. I just want to walk you through quickly kind of what this area looks like. So you can see all the transfers here along the top. And then on the side here is some of the paint inlays. And then these are all of the stamps, and they're just here in alphabetical order. So that was a real popular one, the crockery one, a few years ago. But you can see there's just a large variety. I've used this one quite a bit. I'm just kind of looking through here real quick. This one's really pretty. And then here's Antiquities, which is probably one of my favorite ones that they've ever released. I've used this one a bunch on my channel, but I still haven't even used every stamp. So they really go a long way. Just give you a lot of different options for your projects. And then I want to make sure I show you guys some text ones in case you want something to make some actual font with. And I'm sorry if I'm kind of yelling at you right now. I'm trying to just talk over the music so that you guys can actually hear me. This one is a really popular one. They're farm animals. I've used a script one before on my channel. This one's called Kindest Regards. And looking, I think this one's fun. I own this one, but I haven't used it yet. It's the Le Courrier. It's the newspaper one, which I think is a really cool look. I just need to find the right project for that. Here's a gingham one that I've used before called Pretty in Plaid. It's actually really great for the holidays. I think it came out at Christmas time last year or maybe in the fall. But it does have a bow, so if you want to stamp something to look like a gift, that would be a good option. And we have a lot of the Pretty in Plaid ones, so that might be a good one to snag. Here's some of the transfers on this side. A lot of floral options, which you can see more up close online. The one that I've used quite a bit, which is probably still my favorite, is this one over here, the Painterly Florals. So that's the one that has the sunflowers in them that are just really, really beautifully done. And again, they go so far. Like there's so many in there that you can cut up in little pieces and just spread it around. So I think that is probably still my favorite as far as the florals go, because I also love these little, what is it, lilac or lavender? I should know that. I think lavender sprigs. Okay, and then on this side of the IOD display, we have all of the molds here. And so if you're still looking for some of the new Christmas releases, we do have a couple. So there's still the gingerbread and the Christmas tree. The gingerbread's called Ginger and Spice. Christmas tree is called Oh Christmas Tree. 26 for the tree, 26 for the gingerbread. We got a pumpkin one there, and then this is just pretty much all of the other releases that haven't been sold out by the company itself. There are some things that we've just sold out of that we can get more of, but there's other items from IOD that just the company itself sold out of. So we won't be able to get some of those things, but in general, if it's a Christmas item or anything that you want that the company still has in stock, Cindy would be able to order that for you. I've used this text one before. It's a lot of fun. Opens up a lot of doors for different projects on that one called Harper. That one is also 26. So as you can see, there's a ton of options here. And then even more transfers here, kind of have more of like the black and white ones. This is one I've used on my channel a ton, the traditional pots. And then the paint inlays, like I said earlier, are all this way. And then even more stamps down here. So I've used this one quite a bit. The typesetting, it has lowercase in the background too. So I think that's a really good one. If you want a lot of bang for your buck, that one's $45. But I mean, that opens up a ton of options for you for projects or even sign making. And then here's some more of the text. So this one's called Retro. Letterpress is such a good one. Has a couple different font styles. And then this one is Farmhand, which I don't have this one. I don't know why. This feels like it's right down my alley. I need to buy that one next. And then just, everything else you could ever imagine. The sunflower one's beautiful. I've done projects with that one on my channel. Rural Scenes is a newer one. It's like the one with all the farm scenes. I don't know if I've used that one yet, even though I really, really like it. I just haven't found the right project yet, or maybe just found the time. And then if you need some iron Orchid design supplies, you're able to get those here too, or also order those online. So these are all the inks, which I need to grab the green. I don't know if I have that yet. I should get that one, especially with Christmas coming up. Maybe I'll do that. So obviously, consider my treasure house if you need an IOD stockist. Like I said, she's super quick to ship online as long as she has it in stock for you. This is always nice to have too. It's just a thin mount. This one has the circles on it though. It just really helps keep your work nice and neat. Really helpful, especially when you're doing any kind of text or font. So here's the back of the store. There's a little kitchen for the employees, but also this nice big work table that we'll hopefully have some classes for you soon here. But so much more square footage than we used to have in our old space. And then here is another vendor's booth. She has this whole wall here And this is truly the work of an artist here on this wall. She has so many really just funky and creative things that she's made or painted. Try to give you a close-up. So she's very popular in our shop. Her booth name is Bullet Bling because she actually started making these necklaces. Well, I don't know if that's how she started, but that is one of the things she offers is jewelry made out of bullets or bullet casings. You can see all of her handmade jewelry here in this case. There's so much here. There's really a ton of work in this shelf alone. So we got necklaces, keychains, earrings. These are really fun. I haven't seen these yet from her. Oh, I love the colors she's using, and these are only $5, so what a great, like, unique gift. Ooh, I like the round ones. Really cool. Okay, and then walking back up towards the front of the store from the back. A few more pieces here in the center. This is a bunch of hardware in these yellow bins. If you turn here, you're going to enter my booth, Green Onion Vintage, which it's pretty much overflowing right now with Christmas, which is great because we want a lot of inventory for the buyers. Look at that Wizard of Oz poster my mom got a few weeks ago, though. It's pretty amazing. So as you can tell, we've sold a couple pieces. It's been a little bit slower maybe for the last week, but we just had a tent sale like a week and a half ago. And so we kind of shifted things around for that. This piece is one that I brought up to be in the tent sale. I really love it. I love the white wax finish on it still. When I came in the store, I was like, ooh, I kind of want this. And of course it's my own piece, but I just think it came out really, really well. I have a spot in my kitchen where I think I would actually like to put this, but it would block a light switch and it would not give me a good place for my Berkey to sit on top because it would just be so tall for my kids. So I don't know. I don't think it would be realistic, but honestly, if I had the space, I would be grabbing that for myself. We have a mixture of fall and Christmas right now, so I'm filming this on November, I don't even know. I think it's the 5th, might be the 6th. And we are going to have a sidewalk sale this coming weekend. And after that, we'll just pull out anything that's fall that's still left and we'll go straight to Christmas. So by mid-November, we'll be just Christmas here, no more fall. You know, it's a question I get a lot is when do you change the seasons? Seems like it's earlier and earlier every year. And I think we started putting fall in August. And now that seems like that was probably right on par, actually, to do it that soon. So I have 160 on this green cabinet and that tall green cabinet, if I didn't tell you that already. So pumpkins and stuff and acorns, all that's going to go. We don't have a ton of fall left, honestly. Loving this chalkboard with a big Christmas wreath on it. I just brought in that basket of greenery that I got at an estate sale over the weekend that I shared with you guys. Got this big shutter here with the wreath on it. I'm seeing some fall wreaths that will definitely get pulled out. Probably pull out that pumpkin pie sign. So I feel like it's looking a little crunched in here right now, but once we kind of edit out the fall, I know it'll be beautiful, and I'm sure we have a few more Christmas items to bring up too. So just go full force Christmas. I feel like there's a limited amount of time that we actually sell decor in the booth. As far as people are buying decor, people aren't buying Christmas decor the last week of December. That's normally where people are on to gift mode. So right now at the early November is when people have more of that Christmas decor in mind. And so I feel like that's when we start to sell
decor items, and then it'll shift more into what people would buy for gifts. So we want to definitely have our decor pieces in here as soon as possible. So here you go. If you need a wreath, a garland, a little tree, we got a big basket of ornaments, some vintage pieces, some handmade items, things that have been painted or upcycled. We have a little bit of everything, lots of furniture right now. I'm definitely feeling like it's a little full, but like I said, we're going to get through that sidewalk sale and then edit out whatever doesn't sell from fall. So I'll have to do yet another booth tour for you guys when Christmas items are in here, which is one of my favorite things to share with you guys. So that's all good. And then our last booth space is just right here, right next door to us. She's been moving a lot of furniture lately, so I haven't got to see this booth in a while. Like, this desk is very mid-century modern. It's $2.95. I like the mix of the wood and the black, though. And here's another mid-century modern hutch, which she also mixed the wood with the white paint, which I love. And that one sold over the weekend, I believe. So still waiting to get picked up. I really like this big Christmas sign up here for $62. And then there's just maybe a couple pieces you guys didn't get a good look at in the center here. Look at this big blue wardrobe. And some posters. But overall, that's kind of the new shop. I know it's a lot to take in. But if you're local, you need to know that you're going to need some time to walk through the store and really get a nice long chance to look at everything. All right, I'm going to shut the store down and head home. I appreciate you walking through my treasure house with me. I'll have their information down below so you can order IOD from them if you're interested. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye.